bring me 2 bottles. 1 Fanta for me, 1 Sprite for my friend. 60cl plastic bottle, right?
You heard right. Fanta and Sprite are now available in 60cl plastic bottles for the same price of 500 naira. That's 20% more Fanta and Sprite for free. Grab the new 60cl bottle today. Enjoy extra refreshment.
It's the Indomie Eat and Win promo. The more you eat, the more you win. How to win? Buy the Indomie Eat and Win promo pack. Find the promo code inside. Visit indomie.ng/eat and win. Enter your promo code and start earning points fast. For a chance to win exciting gifts and 1 million naira cash every week for a lucky winner. So hurry now, eat and win. Let the winning begin. Visit indomie.ng/eat and win for more details. Terms and conditions apply.
This taste na banger, this taste na creamy rich, this taste na new Nescafe, original 3-in-1. Thickness, enjoyment, yumminess, happiness, delightfulness, deliciousness, smoothness. This taste na new Nescafe, original 3-in-1.
Enjoy more creamy richness with the new Nescafe original 3-in-1 in the new pack. That's strong, finish strong.
Hey, I don't win 50 million naira for BetKing virtual jackpot game this month. Billing go plenty. Everybody go to talk say, make I run them something.
Be the next virtual's jackpot millionaire and win a share of 120 million naira monthly. One winner gets 50 million naira in the King monthly jackpot, and 12,000 others get a share of the virtual's jackpot prize. Play now. Not for persons under 18. Play responsibly. T's and C's apply. That feeling? That's BetKing.
What does it really mean to live limitless? It's a sojourn in Gombe, leading a procedure in Lagos. It's SMEs showing up every day, pushing through the odds. It's students in remote towns streaming global lectures in real time. It's you making big moves in London while chilling by the pool in Abeokuta. It's power, it's freedom, it's mounting a router outside and connecting it inside for super fast internet. It's Airtel 5G Smart Connect. Enjoy unlimited data for limitless living with Airtel 5G Smart Connect. Visit the nearest Airtel shop to get yours. Airtel.
We talk about the big stories and more.
Nigeria's newly appointed service chiefs have officially assumed duty, promising fresh strategies.
It's not just a proposal. What about enforcement?
Our judiciary has made a laughing mock center.
So why these people will leave the main problem and look for the one that is not important?
I've rendered homeless now, they can just go to places. Is that what the government is saying?
A system that has become so corrupt that men have sold their souls for bread.
Imagine a world without communication, a world without emergency calls, disconnected businesses, and unreachable families. Hello? Hello? Can anyone hear me? This is the reality we face when telecommunications masts and fiber optic cables are vandalized. These telecommunications assets are the lifeline of our communities. They keep us connected, informed, and safe. Every act of vandalism is a blow to our businesses, our banks, our schools, our hospitals. Let's stand together. Let's protect our networks. Dial 622 from any network or send an email protect@ncc.gov.ng to report any suspicious activity around telecommunications infrastructure. Our connection, our responsibility. This message is brought to you by the Mobile Network Operators and Towercos in collaboration with Nigerian Communications Commission.
Learn boss level gameplay on YouTube with MTN YouTube Buffet Bundle. Binge your favorite gameplays till you master every move. Enjoy play along clips with your faves and challenge runs like never before till you become the numero uno of gaming. See more, be more, spend less. Get over 4 hours of YouTube streaming for just 250 naira or 10 hours for 600 naira on the MTN YouTube Buffet Bundle. Dial star 312 star 800 hash to start today and go make a difference.
Dailies today on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info Lagos. Good morning to you. Welcome to the second part of Dailies today. You can watch the show on Facebook and on YouTube. Nigeria Info 99.3 is how you can watch. Just search for Nigeria Info 99.3 and you'd be able to watch us live. I'm Sheriff Quadry.
Jimi Disu, good morning.
Let's begin. We're going to start with this story here. Front page Daily Trust newspaper. Similar story in the Vanguard as well as Daily Trust. So let's start. Let's take this one in the Trust. U.S. threat. Tinubu responds to Trump. Front page.
Okay, so yesterday we got the first official response of the president to this, what I will call this Trump crisis. And I must commend him for the things that he said and what he said he is about to do. The first indication the president gave was that, look, I won't put it in his words, was like they're going to settle this thing in a very diplomatic manner, which means that there will be no huffing and puffing. I think that is a reality check that the government has got. Events in the past few days have shown that there might be, I'm using my words carefully, there might be efforts put in place to quickly correct the ills or to correct the issues that have led us to this point. Let me read from because we have it in all the papers, well, let me read from the Daily Trust, and it says that President Tinubu responded to the threat of a military action in Nigeria by Donald Trump. He assured that his government was engaging with the world diplomatically over the situation between the country and the U.S. So he prefers, and I'm glad he does, that imagine if he was also like Trump. Only God knows where we would be today. So we really must commend him for his matured approach and diplomatic approach. So he said that Nigeria would engage diplomatically. He was speaking yesterday formally on the issue for the first time before the Federal Executive Council meeting in Abuja, and he said the most important thing is the fact that despite the political headwinds and the fear of our people, we will continue to engage with partners. And he says that we are engaging the world diplomatically, and we assure all of you that we will defeat terrorism in this country. The task ahead is immense, and it is our resolve to move forward with unity and purpose, guided by the renewed hope agenda. Politicians will always slot in something, some propaganda. Let's just say we want unity and purpose, whether it's guided by the renewed hope agenda or not. That's not what we are talking about now. But really and truly, I must commend his approach. Also, I'd like him to caution all those around him, including people who might be associated with them, and not necessarily be government officials, but they're his political associates. People like Femi Fani-Kayode, who said that we should come, we'll fight, we'll do this, we don't need that kind of thing. This is not the time to prove a point. This is the time to take a reality check. Because guess what? I think this man is determined to cause a bit of a rumble in our country. I think because the indications that might be on the cards, just to prove a point. So the Vanguard, the Vanguard talks about. He's saying we are not in panic mode, federal government, and says it has opened discussions with the U.S., which I think was the part of the hidden agenda to draw us in, okay? And then the U.S. will make its demand. You need to look at this thing, like I said before, beyond the issue, so that you have a broader view of what is going on. And I'm glad they have opened discussions. But I would advise President Tinubu to avoid as much as possible any direct one-on-one interaction with Donald Trump. It hasn't gone down well with people who have. He's a nasty person. That I make bold. Look at, you can remember what he did to the South African brother. Even the guy who came and all he did was speak well. He made an embarrassing issue out of it. So I'd advise that, to the barest minimum, even what might be a private meeting, you can get there and discover that members of the press are there. The guy does the oddest of things. The Vanguard reports that says we are not in panic mode. We have open discussion with the U.S. and we are going to defeat terrorism. But guess what? The U.S. military has drawn up the strike plan against Nigeria, and they have outlined what they call heavy, medium, and light attacks. And part of the story in the trust says that U.S. military draws attack plans on Nigeria. It says that meanwhile the U.S. military has drawn contingency plans for Nigeria. The options include heavy, medium, and light, each allowing different levels of engagement in Nigeria. The heavy option, considered the most aggressive, would involve deploying an aircraft carrier strike group to the Gulf of Guinea, to launch fighter jets or long-range bombers at militant targets deep inside northern Nigeria. So that would be something like you would see a sudden flash over you. You know where it's headed. The medium option recommends the use of drone strikes involving MQ-9 Reader and the MQ-1 Predator drones to hit militant camps, convoys, and vehicles. The drones, capable of loitering for hours, would rely on U.S. intelligence for precision attacks. And then the light option, according to the plan, focuses on joint operations with Nigerian forces through intelligence sharing, logistics support, and coordination against Boko Haram and other insurgent groups responsible for attacks, abductions, and bombings. However, this is the part that frightened me. It says, however, Pentagon officials, it was said, privately admitted that limited airstrikes or drone operations will not end what they term Nigeria's complex insurgency without a full-scale campaign similar to Iraq or Afghanistan. Then that one got me. I hope it never comes to that, because if you were to go by these two examples they gave, I'd like you to close your eyes and go to those countries now and see how diverse. In fact, in the case of Iraq, I think we don't even know who is where anymore. The devastation just went across the board. So I hope that doesn't happen. Meanwhile, this might bring some relief. I don't know what Sheriff thinks. I don't know what you think. The Chinese ambassador to Nigeria said that China would continue to support Nigeria in the fight against terrorism. This sentence is heavy and is pregnant with meaning, and I don't think he's going to wait for 9 months for delivery. Okay, because if the ambassador says that they will continue to support in the fight against terrorism, are they going to bring in their own arms? Are these Chinese soldiers going to go side by side with American soldiers? It's a very complex thing, which I don't think will happen. I think that in the interest of the Chinese, really, over and above everything, is to create a balance in the region. Remember that this Boko Haram problem is not limited to Nigeria. So I want you to have that at the back of your mind. And the other countries from where they also operate to some extent, some of those countries are seriously backed by Russia. So we are in a very complex situation, really, and I hope we can de-escalate this to, I seriously hope we can de-escalate. The Chinese ambassador was quoted to have said, as a comprehensive strategic partner of Nigeria, China firmly supports the Nigerian government in leading its people to a development path that fits the natural realities. Then he said, we oppose any country's interference in other countries' internal affairs under the pretext of religion and human rights. We oppose the quantum threat of sanctions and the use of force. China is willing to continue to support Nigeria in combating terrorism and maintaining domestic stability. This diplomatic language, you need to sit back, take a cup of tea, close your eyes for about 5 minutes, and get the deep meaning hidden behind it. But what it means is that we have suddenly become a pawn in international politics. And I hope those who are running the affairs of this country will realize that in all these situations, there are no friends, there are interests.
Interest only.
Only.
Interest only.
Do you think I will add the word only, their interests?
Interest only.
Cool, nothing else there.
It's interest. I asked a question yesterday. I said, what is Nigeria's interest? The EU that spoke, they spoke because of EU's interest. Chinese government, because of Chinese interest. Unfortunately, some Nigerians seem to think that America has no interest but the Christians' interest.
They don't even have that.
They don't even have Christian
interest. They don't have that now. They don't have that. Neither do they have that in human rights. What did they do to Israel? Didn't they partner with Israel? See what Israel did to the Palestinians. The truth of the matter is that our people still don't understand these things. And guess what? I thought that after talking about Chinese America, you say, what is Nigeria's interest? I mean, Nigeria has no interest. It's the individual leaders that have interest. And they are not ready to surrender that interest. Trust me. For the president, it's politics. For some of them, it's a money-making machine. Yes, even in the military, for some of them in the military, is a cash cow, and that they might not be ready to relinquish it. So, as a country, I really don't think we have interest. I don't see. I like the president's stance. I like the words that he's saying. But then I hope he will put, for example, one or two of his ministers who want to give up public opinions and writing letters and so on and so forth. I hope he's been able to put that in perspective. But there is no Nigerian interest. It's individuals. The Christians are demanding justice. The Muslims are saying that we are also affected, demanding justice. Everybody has his own agenda, right to the top. For the president, it's 2027. It's politics. Because had it not been for politics, if we had a leader who couldn't be bothered what the political situation is but wants to do the right thing, this thing could be over in 3 months. Why is Ted Cruz, for example, why does he keep saying, I have a list of people? Why not release the list? Releasing the list itself should come before the military threat. So it's very, very, very intricate. And I have fears, serious fears, about the existence of this country in years to come. Because the two examples that I put here are not the best examples you want to put forward. We said Iraq and Afghanistan. Those two countries are in tatters. Look at the propaganda of weapons of mass destruction that the whole world sold into. Only for Tony Blair now, about sometime last year, to come and confess that they were wrongly advised. But look at the damage that have been done. So it's not looking good. Though I'm not going to kid anybody about. I don't want to give any false. It's not looking good at all across the board. And like they say sometimes, you don't know in which direction all this is going to be headed at some point. But heaven help us all.
Heaven help us all. Let's go to the Metro page of the Punch newspaper. Here we go.
Okay, so we have some news from the Metro. We do this once in a while. 15-year-old Nigerian rescued from sex traffickers in Ghana. Ochanya, the child rights advocate of civil society group, stormed Lagos State House of Assembly, demanding justice for Ochanya Ogbanje and other victims of sexual abuses. Okay, so the protesters are demanding justice for rape victims. I think this Ochanya is one that father and son I don't know. But let's quickly move on to other issues. 4 in police net over Quadry Chief Imam's death. Pretty Mike, the gentleman who owns the club, some club that was raided about a week or 2 ago, he's gotten a 50 million bail for alleged drug offense. Lagos popular entertainer and nightclub owner known as Pretty Mike was granted 50 million naira bail. He owns a club called Proxy Lagos Nightclub and was arraigned alongside the club's supervisor. They were said to have organized a drug party or whatever it is and drugs. And somebody was just yesterday, somebody was asking me that you don't even go out and go to clubs. I said, imagine that you went to a club and someone else onto what was going on. Mm-hmm. The NDLEA get there and then they take all of you to the park and they tell you to sit on the floor. Bye-bye, Bobby, and bye. I remember in the days when you had clubs in Lagos, Lords, Night Shift, and so on, even Fella Shrine, you were fairly aware of who is sitting next to you or who you are in the club with. There was some element of control. It's people like you, people of like mind, like Night Shift, like Lords in those days. But Paradiso itself was members only. But you want to go, and it doesn't have to do with how expensive the club looks. In fact, sometimes in some clubs here they do striptease. In some clubs they do all this nude whatever. If you're unfortunate and somebody squeals or whatever, even if you are not part of it, police, you trust them. All of you, they'll bring you all to the car park. Then to begin the settlement. The resource people, listen, me, I'm really having nothing. I'm a Bobby. And I remember asking the Commissioner for Information, Lagos State, Mr. Motosho, when he was here. I asked him, what is the full control you have on nightclubbing, on nightlife? I believe, for example, in the UK, you can't run a club beyond 4 o'clock. It must shut down for business to pick up. Here, as at 7:38, Ozumba Badiwe here, you will see some activity going on, bringing in nuisances from only God knows where. I'm not talking of the patrons, I'm talking of the people, the area boys and whatever outside. And an area boy is a potential armed robber. Well, if he begs you day 1, day 2, day 3, the first day he can start with a knife and graduate to a gun. Anyway, let's go there. Anyway, Pretty Mike has gotten his 50 million naira bail, and I think he got a court order to seize the premises. Now, I don't know if he owns the place. I was going to, when I saw that, I said I'll find the opportunity to warn people who give up their houses. You have to know your tenant and know what your tenant is doing. Because even if after all said and done, you're going to regain possession of that, it will take you the best part of 4 to 5 years, given the Nigerian situation. So let all landlords be careful. Another story here, suspected bandit killed, stolen phone recovered. There's not much here. But there's the Lagos State news that is on the other page. Sanwo-Olu's foreign investors, everybody is winning a foreign investor. I'm looking for a foreign investor who will do what? Invest in me. I need some dollars and pounds, honestly. Then we have Lagos to vaccinate children against polio. That's very good. Okay. Lagos begins rehabilitation of Lekki Expressway, and they quote Mr. Daramola, who will. In fact, I suspect that part of this story was gotten from the interview we had with Daramola yesterday. But I'm yet to know. Kofi told me that the coastal road is still closed, and there was news that it was open.
I think it was open temporarily because
just for one
that
day.
accident.
That
Yes.
accident.
Right. Now, talking about drugs, really, what surprised me when that story broke of Pretty Mike was the fact that they even advertised that drug party, and I'm wondering why would you do that?
Because it's
Nigeria. What gave them that kind of effrontery?
It's Nigeria we're living in. Anything goes. I don't want to talk about how the case will go.
It must have been some sort of assurance and reassurance. I don't know if it was arrogance, but I mean, why would you advertise?
It's not look. The clubs where all kinds of things happen in Lagos are well known to everybody.
Yes, but they don't advertise.
Indeed, there's some hidden advert. My suspicion is somebody ratted on the poor guy. When I say poor guy now, I'm using it in, I'm just being sarcastic, really. But somebody ratted on him. It's not new.
It's not new, yeah.
It's not new.
But why would they advertise?
The discipline has broken down. It's not new. There are places you can go to tonight, the same thing that took place at his club, even worse. In Lagos here, you have imported ladies from the Asian part of the world, and they do striptease. They do live sex shows here in Nigeria. The country has gone completely degenerate, and I keep saying, if you don't take care of these minor things, you might look at the bigger and say it's tourism and whatever. That's a whole lot of nonsense. Look at this. Look at the way porn, for example, is thriving. I'm sure you have to close to now over between 80 and 100 Nigerian registered, Nigerian controlled porn sites. Porn has become. We once had a porn. If wanted to do a porn, wanted to talk to a porn person, just even to find out how it goes. Yeah. He came around, only manager. He got managed. Came up with this. I mean, and these things eat into the fabric of society and lead to what we now have. Because that's what poverty does. Everybody is looking for a direction to feed his family. So both legal and illegal, they go pari passu.
Let's move to our next story.
You want me to take you to one of the...
To what? I don't club. I mean, I used to, but I don't do that anymore.
Don't club. Can you imagine that we went for something, then they caught two of us and told us to sit on the floor in the car. Then you say, that is supposed to be. And the father to give me back.
It won't be funny.
It won't be funny.
Let's go to the Punch, page 23. Senate clears airpiece of negligence over drug allegations.
Okay, you remember I had to Lumide Umayo, a revision table over this case. This was a case in which the airpiece plane overran the runway, and the indications from what we got from the authorities that the pilot, one of the pilots, I think it was a captain, tested positive for alcohol. Then they said one of the cabin crew, Bofabu, he was accused of cannabis. But the Senate yesterday cleared airpiece of wrongdoing in the July runway overrun incident, and they declared that allegations of drug and alcohol use by its pilots, listen to what the Senate said, were based on inconsistent and uncoordinated findings by the Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau. I'm asking two questions I'd like to ask. Does the Senate have the authority to quash the report of a professional agency? Or let me ask the two together. Do they have the authority and the capability to give this kind of announcement? Shouldn't the Senate have said that, look, we have doubts as to what is going on. We refer this to a professional whatever to give us a final. Do you understand? But the Senate went ahead and said, it says the move which followed a high-profile investigative hearing. There's no high-profile in the investigative hearing. It was by the senators. So what are we talking about? The Senate Committee on Investigation comes amid mounting concerns that the NSIB's preliminary report, which initially accused several airpiece crew members of testing positive for alcohol and cannabis, before later narrowing the claim to two personnel, could damage Nigeria's aviation image before global. What they have done is definitely going to damage our image because we have not been professional.
It means that we've not been transparent.
And we've not been transparent. The Senate should have upscaled it to say, look, let it go to. I'm sure there is a body, a professional body, international or whatever, that can give you a definite report on this. I don't think, I'd like to be corrected that, now, please let it be very clear that I'm not saying which report is right or wrong. What I'm saying is that I don't think it was, the Senate committee, I believe, should have referred it to another professional body, bring all the reports, submit it to an international body, and wait for that body to make a pronouncement. That's what I think. Because the Senate now is indicting a Nigerian agency.
That's NSIB, and that is their own function. I don't know. I do not understand the expertise that the Senate committee has.
Who has
in such matters.
So, what do you think happened there now?
Well, I think we all have a fair idea of what happened.
I don't have I'm very ignorant. I don't know. I don't have. So, James, tell
me, James. We all have a fair idea.
You sit on the phone.
We have to go. I wish we could take this Federal University in Lagos story.
Yes, after the government had said no more universities.
After 7 years.
You now approve the president now approves the university in his own state, in his own home state. No.
We have to go now.
We have to go.
Lagos, thank you for being a part of this show for this week. We appreciate everything. We appreciate your time, your effort, your contributions. We're back on Tuesday. In the meantime, he's back at 9.
Yeah, back at 9.
Okay, all right. Stay here, Lagos. Don't go anywhere. Kofi returns in a moment.
Just imagine, say this obodo was so when to communicate with your people, not just day. Plus, where you no fit even shout for help. Business go they jam like hold up for Oshodi, and family they find each other like needle for inside sand. Now waiting they happen with this. Anytime they vandalize our telecom mast and fiber optic cables. All this telecom equipment no be ordinary pole and wire. Now our lifetime, now be this so. Then they connect us, then they inform us, and they protect us. If them break them, no be only signal go vanish. Schools, hospitals, banks, and even your small POS business they collect. Make we join body protect our network. If you see any report am sharp. Dial 622 or send email go protect@ncc.gov.ng. If everybody guide the port, soup no go burn. Our connection, our responsibility. This message now from mobile network operators and tower companies with support from the Nigerian Communications Commission.
Guy, how far? You watch that game?
I did. Oh boy, that goal Hey.
Make I call you back. My time go soon finish. Sorry, I forget I get extra 3 minutes to talk.
I wonder why you hold a cut call. When na MTN better gist they use. Me, I still enjoy my free 2,100 airtime on top my new MTN SIM.
Yes, so get 3 minutes extra on MTN Better Gist. Text BG to 312 to collect your own awoof.
Conversation captures everything that makes a great conversation.
Nigerian English is not exactly standard English.
It will only produce results if we have judges that have fear of God.
Many women may not realize they are anemic until it's quite severe.
When you say that this factory, is it that they used to build industry?
Why there is a fault? Why? And who will help the citizens? Who will pay us?
On Nigeria's #1 talk radio station, 99.3. Let's talk.
It's 8 o'clock. The news update on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Drives the conversation on the Morning Crossfire.
Weekdays 5 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Your opinions, your stories, your take on the hot topics shaping our city and nation. We want to hear from you.
The president is aware that we have a security problem here.
I don't know which area you stay in Lagos. There is no light again. These investors, are they not hearing that there is no light in Nigeria?
Whether somebody loots or somebody will not loot, a lot of things will happen.
Why is Tinubu doing this to us?
Join Kofi Battles for engaging debates, expert insights, and your voice at the heart of every discussion. Don't just listen, participate. Tune in and be